Good evening. Welcome to this surprise edition of Gentmoot 6. I wasn't surprised. Were you surprised?
Mildly.
Today, I am merely joined by the Terry.
The me.
You may think, whoa, first episode with only 2 people, but wait, we are joined with special guest Table today.
We have a table.
Gentmoot is introducing a table.
Yeah, a table, and we can put the mic stand on the table instead of on the floor. You can hear us a bit more clearly now.
Dun, 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 dun.
And this is my second appearance.
Oh, jeez. I wonder how far away from the mic I can be and still be able to hear. I'm pretty sure you can hear us from here. I'm going to sit back here.
Is this good enough?
I guess so.
Oh, boy.
Alrighty then.
Now, let's just sit at the table at least. Let's just sit at the table.
Yes. Let's get it a little bit professional before you like it.
This is Gentmoot, episode 6.
6, indeed. Have I told you about what I'm planning for episode 10?
What?
Episode 10 will be our drunk epised.
Ha ha ha.
Drunk
No.
episode.
Yeah.
We are going to be drinking.
I will join you on that one. What we drinking? Hard liquor.
So I was just going to drink from the toilet, to be honest. If it suits
Many
you.
diseases. Many diseases.
Now then, Terry.
Me.
Since the last we met, have you watched any films?
I actually have. I've 2 I've watched.
Has 2.
I've watched 2 films since we last met. I was originally going to watch Blazing Saddles by Mel Brooks. Yeah. That was because I love spoof comedy, and I still haven't watched all of Mel Brooks' stuff yet, which is basically a blasphemy for any spoof comedy fan. So yeah, wanted to watch Blazing Saddles, but Netflix don't have it.
Silly old Netflix.
Bad Netflix.
What about Now TV? They might have it.
Oh, my brother's got Now TV, but he's like, Arr!
I've got it. You can use mine. I've got a month 3.
My brother's not really. I don't know why I didn't choose it. Well, we're in replacement for Blazing Saddles. I watched the 1979 cult classic, The Warriors.
Oh, yes.
Do you know of that film?
No, but you told me on Monday.
Yes, well, it's now on your to-watch list, as I told you about it. It's a good film. It's good fun. It's shot reasonably well. It's got a B-movie kind of vibe to it, which is kind of what it is.
B-movie.
Yeah.
Thinking B. Black and yellow mellow.
Oh, do you want me to kick you?
Partially.
Well, it's reasonably violent. Violent to an 80s, late 70s, early 80s kind of standard, really, for sort of action films, They punch and beat the crap out of each other, but, there's not really too much blood with it, kind of thing. But it's still a fun film. The characters kind of fun. Nothing's really fleshed out. It's more just sort of the journey of getting to where they need to be, because they're on the other side of the island from where they need to be, because they reside in the Bronx, and Coney Island is their place, and they're on the other side of the island. So I'll give you the full premise properly first. Basically, there's gangs all over. If it's like New York or the Bronx or something like that. I'm not 100% on what it was. I can't remember.
Yes.
But each gang, along with 9 lieutenants or something like that, they all go and meet at this area, which is asked for by Cyrus, who's the biggest gang leader in that place. And he wants all the gangs to join together as one, as he describes 60,000 strong gang, basically, that they could create versus 20,000 police officers. They could rule the entire place, basically.
That's an army.
Yeah, and then, Cyrus is shot and killed by another, gang member from... It's a gang called the Rogues, I think it is. And, the Warriors...
They're from the Rogue Squadron, anyway.
One of them actually does see it, and he's giving it the old just sort of shock look kind of thing while the ruckus is going on around them, because the police turn up as well and everyone starts running. The guy goes to shoot the one who saw it, but then they said the police bust in. The leader of the Warriors, I think Cleon his name was, he runs up to go and see Cyrus, but because then the Rogues start blaming the Warriors for killing him, he's immediately killed. The leader of the Warriors is immediately killed in the opening of the film. So it's just left down to those other lieutenants. So like they're kind of thrown into disarray because their gang leader is now gone, and they've got to try and make it back to Coney Island, whilst 60,000 people are trying to kill them.
So it's you're saying as Godfather meets 300.
Kind. Yeah, but there's quite an interesting gang in there. It's sort of like baseball mixed with Kiss, as in the band. Like, they've got like makeup on their face, all wearing, baseball uniforms, got the baseball bat and stuff. I think they're called the Baseball Furies or something like that. And yeah,
Okay.
they were quite funny. You see, like the costumes and stuff like that, you could clearly see like which gang was which. They all had their own distinct kind of look and that. And there were a lot of them shown in the opening. You didn't like see or know their names of the gangs, but you saw loads and loads of the individual gangs in there. And as I said, it's very creative sort of costume design for a lot of them. What else? Just kind of an interesting film. It's like I said, not loads and loads happens, but it's just like a fun film to watch. They meet a woman. Oh yeah, they meet these called the orphans. They're not. Yeah, there's the Baseball Fury. One of them there. Yeah. So
We're looking at a poster.
yeah. And I said, they meet a woman through this group called the Orphans. They're not really well known, but they're a bunch of pussies, just plain and simple. And the woman starts causing a bit of a ruckus, getting the orphans to try and take off the Warriors' jackets, go through as civilians, but the Warriors ain't having none of it, and they just continue going through. The woman causes a bit more trouble. Then the orphans come around like with all weapons and stuff like that, and they go, "See what you get when you fuck with the orphans." And then one of them just pulls out a Molotov cocktail, lights it, and just throws it at a car near them, and that blows up. I think it might have killed one or two of the orphans, and then
What
they
a
just leg it.
gentleman.
Yeah. And so it's more kind of a fun violence kind of one. Another one of the Warriors does get killed during the journey through. Another one gets arrested because he wanted some poontang.
Wouldn't be surprised if quite a few of them did it. There's 60,000.
So the
Oh,
police are looking
interesting.
for 80,000 people then technically, because that's 60,000 gang members and
That's like
20,000 police officers. So yeah, they had a lot of people on that night, and there was only, by the end of it, there was only 6 of them, 6 or 7 of them, or something like that.
At the end.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or 6 or something. Out of like the 10 people that went, only about 6 or 7 of them get back, and one of them's the woman, I think. So yeah, it's a reasonably violent film.
Definitely one for the watch list.
And then the other film
is
I
ever
watched,
growing.
which is a bit more of a familiar one to me, is The Iceman, which is based on a true story about a mafia hitman called Richard Kuklinski.
Not the loser X-Men.
What?
Not the loser X-Men.
No, not. Is it Bobby? The
Yeah,
guy's
Bobby.
name? Bobby. No, this is a much more lethal
X2
Iceman.
memories.
So I've read the book. Well, one of them. There's 2 versions of them written by 2 different authors, and I read one of them. It's one of my favourite books because it's just kind of a leap into just a really dark world. It's just something you don't normally get to see. Like, this guy apparently killed over 250 people in his lifetime. And from what I read from the book,
Sounds like American Sniper.
100 of them were practice. Like, he'd go over, when he was younger, it was kind of like perfecting his skills, like the way he'd kill people. He'd just kill homeless people or something like that through a lot of it. So one of the things he did before, like he got hold of a handheld crossbow, just like a small one, not the full, like you see with Daryl in The Walking Dead. And, to test it, because I said he'd never used one of those before, to test it, went out for a drive in his car, Saw this bloke just walking along on the road. The road was pretty much empty, so he went up to him, asked him for directions, and then shot him straight in the head with the crossbow. Checked the depth the depth that the bolt went in, and then left.
Intense dude.
And well, they didn't really get the character right.
Oh, really?
It wasn't too bad of a film, and I do applaud Michael Shannon, the one who played Richard.
That was Michael Shannon.
Yeah, it was Michael Shannon, and he did quite well with what he was given. He managed to make him quite a sinister person, and he also
can do sinister quite well.
Yeah, he picked up on several of like the little tics that said Richard actually had, which was so like when he get angry, his sort of lip up here would just sort of stretch up, kind of thing. And when he starts getting angry, just sort of go. And there would be a lot of clicking noise or something like that. But if you knew what the guy was like, that would make you terrified. Like within the first 5 minutes, someone does his head in, almost refuses to pay him money, but then badmouths him. When the guy goes into his car, Richard comes in about 10 seconds later, cuts his throat and leaves, just because he swore at him.
Why is he called Iceman?
The reason why he was called the Iceman, he'd actually started working with this guy called Robert Prong, who was another hitman. And what they did was basically, of the bodies of the targets that they had killed, they would chop them up and then put them in a freezer, an industrial one, and they'd leave them for a predetermined amount of time, anywhere from say a couple of months to 2 years or something like that, and then they'd defrost them and just throw them out somewhere, because then you wouldn't know when the time of death was. Well, one of the bodies was actually found still partially frozen, so that's where they got the name from.
The Iceman.
Yeah, very, very lethal guy. But then again, the reason why I like the book so much is like he had a really horrible, horrible childhood. Like his father used to beat him and all his brothers, sister, and that every day. He'd even killed one of his brothers. His old man did, from beating him too much. And his mother was a devout Catholic and also quite a very horrible woman as well. And it just kind of goes to the thing that for all the horrible, like, you know, he's had a real bad childhood and stuff like that. You can feel sympathetic for that, but then does that make up for what he does? And what he does is pretty damn horrifying. So there is even one kill that he actually regrets, which actually did appear in the film, but not quite in the time length or the place that it was in real life. What he did, there was this, let's say, a guy he was going to kill. So, and the guy's like screaming, "Oh God, no, please," and stuff like that, and help, "Oh God, please help." So he says to him, he said, "You know, you think God will save you? Do you think he'll come down here and really save you? All right, I'll give him time." And then he waits, tells him to start praying, and said, "Pray for God to come down here and save you." Gives him some time. In real life, he gave the guy about an hour to pray to God for him to come down. And he came back in. I guess God's busy, and then shot him. He said he actually regretted that one. That one was cold.
Really?
And what
Well, he is the Iceman.
well, for the first test for the mob boss that he first started working for, the guy gave him a gun and told him to go and shoot the homeless person across the street. No hesitation, just did it. Walked up to him, shot him a couple of times. Pitman. He's just like I said, the things that happened like in his childhood and stuff like that, they made him quite a fucked up person. You're going to have to bleep that out. They made him a really messed up person. So the film didn't really capture how messed up he was properly. Like I said, he was a family man as well. He was a hitman, but he had a family, had a wife and 3 kids. 2 in the film, which was his 2 daughters. I don't think they put the son in because he kind of resented his son. Didn't really pay much attention to him at all. He was more interested in his daughters. And what he
maybe,
beat,
maybe they didn't get the rights to have him have his
beats,
character on screen.
he beat his wife often. Although, a bit quite bad. He was sometimes into a way he'd get so angry he'd actually punch himself until he'd knock himself unconscious so he wouldn't hurt anyone else.
Whoa.
And the only people that he didn't harm really in his family was his daughters, and even was it his wife, Barbara, her name was. She's even said to him, "It's like, you may hurt me, something like that, but if you ever lay a finger on our daughters or our children, I will kill you." And he actually took that to heart. He knew that she would. For someone who's killed, by then had killed over 150 people. But yeah, overall, I said,
what a threat is.
What?
He knows what a threat is.
Mm. But overall, I said it didn't capture really the character of Richard Kuklinski. He was a much more horrible individual. He wasn't as sympathetic as they made him in the actual book. No, I said they made him in the film, sorry. He wasn't as sympathetic as they made him out to be in the film. He was actually a really, really nasty, nasty man. So I'll tell you the final bit of one of the things he did, which still makes me feel a bit queasy. He'd say to have a target or something like that. Usually this was a special request. If, say, they wanted them to die really, really horribly. So what he'd do, he'd take them out into the woods, chain them to the floor outside a cave. He'd put a video camera up and have it pointing at them. He'd come back 24 or 48 hours later, and by then, the person had been eaten alive by giant rats. He'd sometimes watch their tapes as well. As I said, this is the kind of person that I know about from the book, but actually watching him in the film, even though, Michael Shannon did quite a good job with trying to make him quite a sinister, horrible person, the writing didn't allow him to be what Richard Kuklinski actually is. Let's say, which is a nasty, nasty human being. They could have, like I said, it was shot well, it was done quite well. Some of the other characters, stuff like that, DeMeo, which was who Richard worked for, quite a good character, played by Ray Liotta. Is that how you say his name, Ray Liotta?
I think so.
Yeah, played by him. He did quite well with it. Then you've got Chris Evans as the other assassin, Robert Prong. James Franco makes a small appearance. He actually has that scene where he's the God Help Me scene. He has that. And, Winona Ryder as Kuklinski's wife as well. I'm not normally a fan of Winona Ryder. I find her quite annoying. But she actually did quite well in this one. She did pretty damn well. I'll give her a due. But overall, not certainly not what I hoped it to be. It could have been a lot better. No.
Truth.
I prefer, the horrible truth to a reassuring lie, kind of thing. Tell them to show what they are. It's no matter how even if you add like fictional stuff in reality is one of the most interesting things to actually base stuff off of. But then they don't go far enough with it. You could have a lot more interesting ideas if you actually based them off of real life events. Because some of the stuff that's happened in reality is amazing.
That's 2012's The Iceman and 79's The Warriors.
Yeah, Warriors is quite good fun. It's great to watch, not fighting and stuff like that. I think it would. That's actually a film that would benefit from a remake, to be honest, because like I said, it's quite dated, quite a few bits of it now. So I think that one is actually one that could benefit from, if it was well done, just like a well done remake. So with a more fight coordination and stuff like that. Because like the technology we have these days now, and we have all sorts of roles for all sorts of different people in film production.
Yeah.
we could do a lot more with it now than they could before.
Wouldn't be surprised if it was up for remakes. There's a lot of those going on.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, True Grit is actually a really good remake.
So I didn't watch it.
It's Joel and Ethan Coen. They directed, and I haven't actually watched the original True Grit, but from like what I've heard when there's comparisons done, in terms of just for like good story, acting and stuff like that, the Joel and Ethan Coen remake is better, but the original one is still great in its own right. Is that No, I don't want to spoil True Grit, actually, because I was going to talk about the ending, which to me was a much, much better ending than the original one did, because I know what happens with the original one.
Let's get into that when I've seen it, shall we?
Yeah, we'll talk about that another time. Right, now what else should we talk about, Sir Christian of Mordor?
Right.
Left.
So, damn it. We all know the Ghostbusters reboot.
Oh.
The lady reboot. Lady Ghostbusters.
See.
Got Kristen Wiig, whatever her face is, Melissa McCarthy, and the others. But recently announced,
Lady Ghostbusters.
They're rebooting normal Ghostbusters. They're making a Ghostbusters cinematic universe.
It's just now that Harold Ramis is gone, what are they going to do, as well? Because, it's going to be new people, actually, isn't it?
New characters.
Yeah. Do you think they should have Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd in?
I think it'd be really cool if they were, and they were like...
I think it'd benefit
high up execs in suits.
Yeah, they don't appear too often, but when they do, I think they should just kind of chew the scenery a little bit, just have a bit of fun like they did before in the original Ghostbusters. Because the original Ghostbusters is so fucking quotable. Like, was it Bill Murray? Yes, it's true. This man has no dick. But yeah,
had a little awesome scene, like when they made the Lord of the Rings, they went back to The Hobbit and Gollum was in it for a scene.
Well, I haven't actually watched Lord of the Rings. I'm not a huge fan of fantasy films, to be honest.
Yeah, I know.
They're probably really, really good films. It's just I'm not a fantasy fan,
What are you doing on this podcast, mate? Get out.
Fine.
So see ya.
Bye.
The male castings for the Ghostbusters cinematic universe have been have been announced to be Channing Tatum.
Oh, Channing Tatum.
Of the Jump Streets and the Nakednesses of
Magic Mike.
And also Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Star of Guardians of the Galaxy. Jurassic World coming out soon.
Yeah.
Rumoured to be the new Indiana Jones, which I'm not sure is happening. But yeah. Channing Tatum.
Chris Pratt is rumoured to... Is he?
Rumoured to be Indiana Jones reboot.
Wait, he's Indiana Jones?
Possibly. It's just a rumour.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. That's a rumour, but I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I like Chris Pratt. But...
So that's the Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, yeah. Chris Pratt and Channing Tatum.
Those are the two that are confirmed so far.
And I thought, what if we could pick our ideal star cast for the Ghostbusters reboot? We could have 4 actors.
What was?
Let's say
what was
none of the ones
the
who have
black
already
guy's
been
name
inside
again? I forgot the black guy Ghostbusters name.
The actor or the character?
Both, really. His name is on the tip of my tongue. He's just that really sort of suave, kind of cool guy.
Silly little stick insect. Let's get a look at
They're
it.
like an iPod. Ernie Hudson, that's it.
Yeah,
Ernie
plays
Hudson.
Winston.
Who could play Ernie Hudson's character? I'm not going to say Kevin Hart. No, Kevin Hart, he's
Not really a fan of Kevin Hart.
I'd say he's relatively funny in some points, but Nah, for the most part, he's not for me, really.
50 Cent. He's in acting.
No, I would. Yeah, I'd like to see that actually. 50 Cent in Ernie Hudson's role. That would be brilliant.
Okay, so we've got 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Should we go into Aykroyd?
Let's go for Aykroyd. Aykroyd's like the smart one, isn't he? Because he's really, really good at that kind of techno gobbledygook kind of stuff, innit? He can like monologue about something, and you just pay attention because he's Dan Aykroyd.
Someone like Jesse Eisenberg.
He's from Zombieland, isn't he? That guy, yeah.
Social Network.
No, he's all right, but he's too more on the soft side. He's a bit soft as well, but he had that kind of sternness about him, if you know what I mean. He was kind of a straight to the point kind of character.
So,
and I don't think Eisenberg, even though he's quite a good actor, I don't think he has that style won't suit him. I don't think.
So who are you thinking then?
Oh, it's a tough choice, really. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Come on, Benedict, get in there.
Benedict Cumberbatch in Dan Aykroyd's place, maybe. I reckon maybe he won't be too bad for it. Now Bill Murray. Now that's a difficult one.
Seth Rogen. Joking. Not sure I want Seth Rogen.
Who's
Tom Hardy.
Has Tom Hardy done many comedic roles? He did that This Is War or something.
Yeah, against Chris Pine. Although Chris Pine
actually good with something. But we need a sort of a comedy actor though. Comedy actor, because who would be good in Bill Murray's place? I
don't want to say James Franco, but Dave Franco.
Nah. This is actually quite a tough choice, this one. But then again, trying to replace Bill Murray, there you go, that's just...
Venkman. Who is Bill Murray's equal? Because he was in Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day is awesome. I rewatched it a couple months ago.
Frankie Boyle.
I would watch the...
Fuck off, Ghost, you cunt.
Who was I just thinking of?
That was a terrible, terrible Scottish accent.
It's not that good.
It's not that good, like...
Adam Sandler.
No, jog on. Adam Sandler has the capacity to be a good comedic actor. It's just he gets run down with really crap roles.
David Spade.
Patrick Warburton.
Remind me.
Can't imagine because he's Joe from Family Guy, isn't he? That voice.
Him.
That voice. That would be amazing.
Okay, I need him.
Yeah, Patrick Warburton in Bill Murray's face. I was going to say Seth MacFarlane, but he's only mildly funny now.
What about Patrick Warburton in Harold Ramis's place?
Wait, could he portray extremely nerdy guy? Do you think? He's more kind of a butch kind of guy, isn't he? So I think we should put him in Bill Murray's place.
Bill Murray.
Because I think that kind of deadpan, deep voice delivery, I think that would be really funny.
And then last but not least, I can't find the character anywhere on IMDb. Harold Ramis. As Egon. We're not replacing Egon.
Now there's where Jesse Eisenberg would fit in.
Could be.
I think Jesse Eisenberg would fit there.
Do you who I'd like in the mix?
Who could play Rick Moranis' character?
Thinking. What's his name?
Who?
It is Woody Harrelson.
Wait, where would he go? What did you say?
I don't know, somewhere. I'd like Woody Harrelson in Ghostbusters.
He could go where Rick Moranis was.
Could be interesting.
I reckon that'd be quite fun.
So in summary, we have replacing Rick Moranis, Woody Harrelson.
Rick Moranis, Woody Harrelson, Bill Murray, Patrick Warburton, who you'll also know as Joe Swanson from Family Guy.
And Kronk.
Kronk's
New Groove.
Wheelchair not included.
Replacing Harold Ramis. Did we?
We did do Harold Ramis. That was Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh, Jesse Eisenberg. Okay.
Jesse Eisenberg in Harold Ramis's place. And
Dan Aykroyd.
Who was Dan Aykroyd again? Me.
Benedict Cumberbatch. And then 50 Cent.
As, was it Winston, the character's name was, wasn't it?
Yeah, Churchill.
Oh, fuck you. And then we could have, just anyone from The Only Way is Essex to play Zool.
Yeah, go on then. And then Emma Stone for Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's a good choice, that is.
Yeah.
She better get naked.
Well, otherwise, you can see clothes on the ghosts. So you'll just have to be.
Get naked.
We've capped off the Ghostbusters recasting.
Yeah.
And kicked out Channing Tatum.
Poor Channing.
Au revoir. Right, let's see how much time we got left. Oh,
whoa.
Not long. This has had to be a short episode because the tape won't save that much.
Oh my god.
So,
we've got
about 3 minutes before we have to say goodbye.
Aye, indeed. What did we talk about, Christian?
Here's a little bit of news for you, Terry.
Well, for me?
Frozen has a short film coming out called Frozen Fever, going after the new Cinderella movie. But they're not making Frozen 2. Unlucky, sorry.
So I haven't actually watched Frozen.
I
missed the hype. And I'm going to watch it at some point, but from what I've heard, it's not as good as everyone says it is. It's essentially a film that was built around the music video Let It Go. Actually, no, it was. It genuinely was, actually.
Let It Go come first?
Yeah, Let It Go came first, and they built a film around it.
I was not aware of this.
Yep. Oh no,
It's still recording. We've just got like 5 minutes or something.
That's a tape thing, like, oh no.
So we were going to start a new segment called Trailer Talk or something where we talk about trailers, but we don't have enough time.
Oh no.
So we'll begin talking about trailers next week, where we'll discuss a new trailer that's just been released.
I might appear in that one, I might not, I don't know.
We don't know. Today we could have been a new Avengers trailer, or Tomorrowland, or the Game of Thrones trailer.
What the hell?
That's my watch. Yeah.
What?
It has texts.
Whoa! Sorry, it has a watch.
The new Pebble's been announced. Makes me sad.
That can get texts. So, what time would you be home?
Yeah.
And the answer is never, because I'm going to kill you before you leave.
That's true. Yeah, Bluetooth to my phone.
That's a technology, man. It's like contactless. You know, with your credit cards and stuff like that. That's awesome. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
I could just go, yeah, let's just get my piece of plastic out here. Boop. Yes, very quick, very good. Now let me take my cigars away, please, thank you.
So every week, I like to wear a different nerdy t-shirt. This week's is Game of Thrones, in celebration of my idea that I want to start a Game of Thrones podcast, and I shall do within the next week. From you hearing this, or it may have already come out, look up Hand of the King in your podcast app. I may not be putting it on as a YouTube video, so iTunes it is.
I don't actually watch Game of Thrones yet. I'm watching Walking Dead.
Terry not likely to be on the Game of Thrones one, but
I might actually pop in now and then, just I think so we can have like an outsider's perspective of what Game of Thrones is, because from what I know, the first season is essentially porn with a storyline.
I'm gathering the Gentmoot cast to see who is a Game of Thrones fan, and we will all
so occasionally it's like, bring me in, I'll watch an episode, and then I'll give my commentary on it as someone from the outside and try and guess what goes.
That noise means it's time to say goodbye.
It is time to say goodbye. And back to normal.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what time is it?
Like 5:30.
Time to say goodbye.
Wow. Like
So yes, look up Game of Thrones podcast. Hopefully it's already started by the time you listen to this. Hand of the King. Terry, would you like to plug your YouTube channel?
Oh yes.
Tough Willies. Alright, go on.
And please tune into my channel, even though you probably won't, called the Starling Graduates. We have a YouTube channel. We're called the Starling Graduates. It's very interesting. We've fuck you. We've just released a new sketch called.
Have you?
It's called How Much, and well, it's all about me trying to purchase one of my biggest desires.
Which is what?
A beard. The problem is, what I want to buy is on Chris's face.
Now that's quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Next episode we'll be talking about insert whatever we're going to be talking about here.
Your name, Chappie.
I don't know what we're going to be talking about yet.
Words.
Possibly films I've seen in the cinema because I'm planning to watch some.
That is so bad.
Is it?
Does it feel sexy on your face?
A little.
It does. Okay, let's go.
We can have another special episode about the SpongeBob movie coming out. That'll likely be
Oh yeah, I actually
episode
Dude,
8.
I'll watch that with you. I've seen the first one. I want to go and see this one.
Groovy.
That's
a
I
plan.
don't know. Whoops. You know, the rock version of Gooby Goober from the first
I'm a
film.
goofy goober.
Rock!
Should we sing an outro then instead of saying goodbye until the camera dies?
What is our
Put your
outro?
toys away, cause all I gotta say is something, and I say it again.
Rock! No, very way. I
do.
I don't
so
know the rest.
if you thinking that you like to be like me, go ahead and try. The kid inside will set you free.
I'm a goofy goober. Rock!
Thanks for listening to Gentmoot. Slash watching. Oh, goofy goobers, rock! Shit. Bye.
Bye. Christian, grab the M&Ms out of my hands.
Okay. Can I eat them? That was a good ending.
I've got. Oh look at all these ones landed on my chest.
I thought that went well. I'm not gonna eat them.
Why am I down here? This is like birth all over again.
You were born down there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hands on him.
Bye, guys. And ladies. I'm not sexist.
That'll do it.
Testing 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't wanna rock, DJ. Cause you're keeping me up all night. There was the other bit to the first part of the chorus, but can't remember what it was, so I'm just gonna go. Jump on board, take a ride, yeah. And the kids are alright. What?
Battery when the camera dies.
Woo!
By the way, there is a limit because we only have a tape. So, oh jeez, it's recording. Didn't know that.
Yeah, I told you. We said record.
Oh yeah.
Right, we can reverse it all the way back to the beginning.
Bonus content.
True. Outtakes.
We have a 38-minute thing podcast. Right, when it gets to 35 minutes, my alarm will go off and we'll just wrap it up.
Yes.
What's it come over here for? Nothing. Good.
It's still recording. Do you know that?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Dude, man, dad.
Wow, mate.
Hang on. Let me, I'm gonna turn this round so we at least know.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
See, that's what I'm thinking.
Come on, man, let's get this thing on.
Ooh.
45 minutes.
45.
Go. So, oh, fucking hell, I need this.
So yeah, well, that's for activities about what we're talking about, is it not?
Tis indeed. Right, why have I got it on 2 hours 34?
Because you're a Jew.
True, to be honest.
But you being a Jew makes no difference about who you are.